Hello everybody, welcome back to Fanblade. Today is my last day in the shed before I have to go back to real life, or whatever will pass for real life. Probably just normal life, but with more hand washing, I would hope. Uh, I'm gonna do my best to get these finished today. We're going to carve out the recess for the bridge on this base, then drill holes through to the control cavity, drill the neck bolts in all of them, and then it's time to sand and finish. So yeah, no time for mucking about, I've got to get this done. Well, this is annoying. These are not perfectly square and symmetrical. That's not perfectly straight up and down. These are 1/4 of a millimetre wider at the base than they are at the top. At the base, they are 15.4. So for every single one of these, we've got 0.4 of a millimetre extra, times 5 equals 2 millimetres. That doesn't fit where I've marked. So whoever designed this needs an award for designing an excellent bridge, but also needs to have that award stripped from them for designing a stupid bridge. Or maybe I deserve that for not measuring the part thoroughly. Either way, 1 millimetre off each edge should fix it. Okay, so we've got them sitting. Not quite what I had in mind for a perfect fit, but you know, you do what you got to do. We're not quite finished with this yet, because what happens with these is that the string goes in there, it has to go through the hole, and then it seats against there. So we actually need to cut some clearance under there, enough depth for the ball end to lock in there. So a little bit further to go. In fact, I'm considering just getting the router on that. Routers do any job in 1/10 of the time with 1/10 of the style. Drilling wires for the pickups and everything else. This one should be fairly straightforward. I can just drill a hole through there and hopefully come out about there. That should be about right. I can't necessarily do that on the other ones simply because of where the pickups need to sit a lot lower, where the wire comes out of them and needs to go through. If I try and drill through on that angle, I'll come out the other end about there. So that's no good. That's much easier, just straight through the side on those two. I've got this really long auger that I bought specifically for doing this exact job, so of course I'm going to use it. Just need to quickly mark out roughly where I'm aiming. Now, experience has taught me that at this point you need to stick something in that hole and actually judge the angle that it is going on. And it's good. We should be aiming to come out right at the top of this. Right there. That's my prediction. Let's see how close I got. And there it is. It's fun to be right sometimes. It doesn't happen very often. The bridge is a lot simpler on this one. Just got to drill 4 holes and then put the holes through for the pickups. While I've got this one in the drill, I might try doing the pickups now. You see, if I try to drill through from there, because where the wire comes off the pickup is going to be about that far down, and I can't drill on that angle. I can't drill on that angle and expect to come out anywhere other than about there. So what I'm going to have to do is drill through as much as I can through there, and then come back from the other side, so it'll be drilling a V through. But the other thing is that I'm not going to use this bit. The fellow who will be the eventual owner of this guitar has told me that he's got a set of EMG pickups that he wants to stick in it. So that's very good. They've got a proprietary plug on them, which is a bit wider than a standard standard wire. As we plug, you'd get through the hole. So which means I've got to drill a much bigger hole. Something I should have thought of, something I should have done way back at the start, was actually plan these properly, and before I glued these two pieces of wood together, was to actually just route a channel straight across. That would have saved all of this. That would have saved this entire thing, because there would already be a hole about there, just going straight through. But of course, I just sort of launched into this whole thing without thinking too much about it, and this is where we got to. So, here we go. Yes, we've got daylight. We're nearly there. It's time to do the final sanding. This is one of those processes that can either be really, really easy or really, really awful, depending on how you approach it. And my approach is to try and make it as easy and quick as possible. What I do is I go in hard with the rougher grits first, because there's still rasp marks and things in here. I'm expecting to use a lot of 120 grit, and then a little bit of 180, and then I've got 240 at the time. I can either make the choice to use the 240 on the machine, or I've got plenty of sheets all the way up to 400 here. When we finish them, 400 is fine. Probably 240 is fine, because when you put the finish on, of course, you make it a little bit rougher, and then you have to sand it back and polish it anyway. And that's a whole process in itself. We're not there yet. But yeah, now it's just a matter of making a heck of a mess and making these look absolutely stunning. Alright, what you've just seen was a couple of minutes of me sanding some wood, and it actually took me nearly 4 hours. I'm done. I'm not doing any more today. There's a couple of reasons for that. The mahogany bodies are not quite ready. They need it's going to take a lot of work to get into here. I've run out of the right sanding paper for the detail sander. Also, while the guitarist who was getting this guitar, I think we discussed that he just wants a natural finish. I would like to stain my bass red. So I would like to spend a little bit of time and get that right, because I'm not going to get a second chance at it. However, this bass here is done. This bass is sanded out to 240, and yeah, the guy just wants a natural finish on it, and it's going to look absolutely stunning. So, goggles and mask on, and here we go. Alright, I'll make this brief because I can smell the fumes now that I've taken the mask off. The gloves are stuck to the pad. Isn't that just stunning? There are astrophysicists who cannot explain that stuff. That's going to need a few more coats over the next few days. Gonna do the back as well, obviously, and also I will put at least one coat in all the cavities just so the whole thing's nicely sealed. But, you know, that's what we look forward to, that's what we do this for, because that's just absolutely amazing. And it stinks like heck as well. So it's about half an hour later, and this is completely dry. It's completely dry. I'll get a few more coats on there tonight and over the next few days, and then I'll be able to actually assemble the thing. None of these are attached. There's not even any pots drilled in there yet. It's just for show, just because I really wanted to see how it looked. And I think you'll agree, it looks like nothing you've ever seen before. It's pretty epic. I want to thank a bunch of people. I want to thank all the people who have subscribed to the channel. I want to thank the people who have contributed to the channel by way of commenting and encouraging and asking really, really good questions. It really does mean a lot to me that so many people have engaged with me on this. It's kind of important to me that I did something with my time in lockdown that actually mattered in any way that I could. I didn't want to just sit on my backside. I wanted to actually do something a little bit special with the time, because I had time to do something special with. So yes, so thank you for everybody who's gotten involved. I'm not going to leave you hanging on the other two. They're sitting right here. They're just right there. Uh, so those videos will be coming up over the next couple of weeks. I may be able to get 1 or 2 videos out a week. Well, definitely one at least. Maybe if I can get a second one midweek sometime, then I'll try and work that into the schedule. Your best chance for keeping track of when those videos come out is either join the Fanblade Instruments Facebook page or put the bell on YouTube. Did I just say that out loud? I hate it when people do that because I don't want to put the bell on for anything, and I wouldn't expect you to for me. So, anyway, I suppose we've come to the end of the regular series, so I just want to finish things off by saying, yes, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you real soon.